Hello folks. Well, we are back on the build for the mini bike. And if you remember in the last video, we were going to get a torque converter and a new throttle cable. Okay, so those came in and we'll go ahead, we'll get them unboxed and take a look and see what we got. Alright, so we got our new throttle cable. Sure hope that is going to be long enough. Yeah, it's a little short. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we can make it work. Yeah, it's a little bit short, but I think it might actually work. And the reason is I think this other cable really was too long. You know, way longer than it needed to be. Oh yeah, not only did we get a new throttle cable, but we got a new set of grips and the actual, twist throttle. So we got that. I did get a new master link, and I went in and grabbed what they call a half link, because I don't think that chain is going to be long enough anymore, because we're not running a jag shaft. Okay, so there's a difference. And oh yeah, the other thing is I have found out that this is a Missimo, Missimo mini bike, and which is good that I figured that out. I found the serial number on it, and we'll be able to order a seat for it. Now I am not able to find the fuel tank yet, but I did find the right seat, and I'll get that ordered. And I did not look to see if they've got a kickstand, but maybe if they do, we can get that ordered for it. That'd be good. Otherwise, we'll build one. And maybe the light that goes up front. But anyway, I certainly wouldn't want to buy all these parts at one time. I mean, this runs into some money after a little while. But anyway, that's what I found out. The other thing I found out is that you always need more of these spacers that go in here in this clutch, torque converter. So I did get a box of assorted ones. I don't know if I can get that open. Alright folks, so every video that I have watched on YouTube, make sure y'all can see this, yeah. These little spacers that they give you with the torque converter, they never give you enough. And what happens is people wind up just buying some of these and putting on there, and they don't fit right. I actually drilled this out to 3/4 where it would fit right, not just be bouncing around on there. But while I was at Tractor Supply getting the new master link, I found a box of assorted ones of these things, and I would say that's pretty good. Let's see if it fits. Make sure y'all can see. Yeah, you can see from where you're at. And that's a pretty good fit. You know, there's the one that came with the torque converter, and this is the one I bought, so it's a pretty good fit. All right, let's see what we got. We got some bolts. We got the belt. Oh, and by the way, when I opened this, the first thing I noticed was this black cover here is broke. So that really sucks. I'm going to see if they'll send me another one. I'm not shipping this thing back, because we might just build one. Let's see, we got a box. And there it is. Alright folks, so we already got a couple of problems here. So what I've had to do is I've had to cut this little bracket here off. I just went up in there with a cutoff wheel on the angle grinder. Cut that off. Now that would have been for the jack shaft. Okay, so I cut that off. And then there was this, which would have been for the chain guard. Okay, I've had to cut it off. I don't have the chain guard anyway. And you know, once we get the motor out of the way and everything, I'll go ahead and cut all of it off and then grind that down before we repaint. And but before then, we may figure out, you know, if we do want to put a chain guard on there, you know, I'd figure out a way to remount this in a different area. You know, I don't know, but we'll figure that out as we go. But for now, we got to get it out of the way. Okay, so even when we do that, we still have a problem. And what the problem is the bottom of the plate is up against the frame there. And a lot of people put a 1-inch spacer under the motor, but for us, that is not going to work on this type of bike. Okay, there's not enough room to raise it up 1 inch, and the other thing you could do would be to raise it up and move the engine forward by building a new mount, and I don't like that neither. So what I'm going to opt for, and I've already put my marks, is I'm just going to cut the bottom of the plate off where it'll clear that. Okay, and being the cover is broke already, and I'm probably just going to wind up building a cover, then I can modify the cover to fit the metal plate. And if not, I'm not too terribly worried about it, because I'm going to be honest with you. If I see a mud hole, I'm going around it. I'm not trying to run and sling mud all up in here. So I don't see a problem at all. Matter of fact, this cover I built, I think I'd want it easily removable. That way I can, you know, clean things up and keep everything oiled. And so that's what we're going to do. we'll get down here so y'all can see the fit. So I think that's a perfect fit. Okay. And the frame does not stick out to be in the way of the pulley neither, so that's good. Alright, now as you can see, it's a little short. You know, the chain is a little short, but I've got us another piece to make that up. And then we got this to think about. Now, I could put an idler gear in there that would lift this up. But what I'm thinking is when you tighten the chain, there will actually be a gap. All right, here we go. So we'll go ahead and we'll run it like it is. Now that chain's going to get loose as it gets drove, and I'm going to oil it, and then we'll come back and retighten it. Now you see, we're running out of adjustment here, but I do have what they call a half link. So I could put in a half link and make this chain a little bit shorter. And I don't think I have the motor all the way forward neither. Well, I'm gonna have to look into that bolt. That just does not seem right. Anyway, we can check it out and see what it does. All right, folks. So we got that part done. That bolt, I'm gonna have to do a little more research on. That bolt, I bet it ain't got 4 or 5 threads that are actually locked in. Now, if I didn't have as much spacers back there where that pulley could go farther on, that bolt would be able to go farther in. But in order to line everything up, it's pretty much got to be where it is. And another thing I don't like is that edge, the other edge of the chain is rubbing right there. So I think it needs to have another spacer put back there on the back to bring that out a little bit, which is gonna make it where I've got to put another spacer in here, so I would have even less thread. But let's go ahead and get the throttle done, and then we can take it for a little spin, see how it does. Not quite that much. There it is right there. Okay. All right, let's fire it up to see what it'll do. Let's get it down off the workbench and go for a spin.
Bye.